So back on June 11, Illfonic made this post about 2 upcoming DLC preds coming to this game. Then 10 weeks later from that post, on August 19, they released Oni, which is a really fast pred with great stamina. He also came with the Chain Whip, which is not that good to use in competitive matches. It's a bad weapon to use, it's slow, keeps you standing still too long, and the stun timer on it is not long enough. And for some reason, humans can still complete their interaction animation like reviving other players, even if they're pulled away, which is kind of strange. The problem with these DLC preds is they are just copies of existing characters with different stats and a new skin. The other pred is still not released, and since Oni was released back then, it's been around 14 weeks, so 3.5 months ago since we got Oni. And honestly, this is taking way too long. And I really don't think it's going to be a good pred. I think it's just going to be another Berserker type, like a big body one, but with a cannon that might stun players and push them away. Then on September 26th of this year, they made a post on their website that they're planning to have these test servers sometime in the future so we can test out the upcoming balance changes they planned for the game, like a balance patch. That was 9 weeks ago, a little over 2 months. I think what they're going to do is release this last pred DLC sometime this month, maybe as some type of Merry Christmas present or whatever. Then sometime in the first quarter of next year, after more people are leaving the game behind, they might put out news when these test servers will go up as a way to renew interest because they have a new upcoming balance patch. But this process is way too slow. If they release this pred DLC before the balance patch, then I'm not buying it. I'm at a point where I'm really tired of DLC for this game in terms of pred DLC. I mean, it's just another skin with different stats, and they don't focus on the real problem, which is fixing the many glitches, exploits, and other issues in the game. I can't believe they're taking this long. It just drags on too much that people will lose interest over time and just move on. And if this patch is not a major overhaul to fix the balance in the game, then by the time they make news about it or release it, more people will move on. It's really not that hard to open the game files, scroll down to damage or ammo values, lower the number, save the file, and there you go, done. Changing numbers in the game is really not that hard, and it does not take this long. So they might be delaying this balance patch news for a bit later on, maybe sometime next year, just to kind of stretch out the game's lifespan a bit more. But my point here is that adjusting numbers in the game files does not take many months or weeks. You can do that within a week. It's that simple, really. But you might say, well, which number is the right one for balancing out the game? Well, that's why you test it out, but it shouldn't take this long. But I will give them credit for making DLC and updates for this game over the course of 5 years, which a lot of games out there do not get. Let's say, for example, if this update or balance patch makes preds worse than they already are, then they might lose even more players, because I think with this game it's very obvious that the fire team does very big damage very quickly compared to the pred. Now, I also have a feeling that after this balance patch goes live, they might focus more on their upcoming Halloween game, and this game might be left behind or might rarely get updates at that point. And I don't blame them, because this game is 5 years old and they might focus on something new that might attract more people. That's understandable. But I'm hoping this balance patch is worth the wait, because if it's not, if it's really bad, then I might be done with the game. Like, I'm sure they played their own game many times, so they should be aware of the feedback we give them, and they themselves should know, okay, this is a bit overpowered, this is too low, this is too weak, this is too slow, and so on. You know, it's kind of obvious what you can tell is really good and what's really bad after playing for so many hours. So we'll see what happens. Right now, there's no release date for that last pred DLC, which I refuse to buy this time. I want the balance patch first, but I got a feeling they're going to release this DLC pred first to get more money out of us, and then release the balance patch. But this time, I'm not falling for it. I'm not going to buy it. What this game really needs to prolong its lifespan online is not more pred DLC skins. The balance patch is the big thing. That's either going to make or break the game in the end, so it needs to be good. So I'm going to wait for that first. I'll try it out. If it's good, then I'll go back and buy that last pred DLC skin. The other reason why I think any news about these test servers is really slow is because maybe their staff is kind of small and all the resources are being put into Halloween. So I understand that, but at least tell us something. It's been a couple of months, so we'll see what happens from here until, then. But for sure, if they release that pred DLC before the balance patch test servers go up, I'm not buying it. Not this time. I'm not going to fall for it. Because I got a feeling it's going to be a pred I will not use anyways. I almost never use Oni or Anubis and so on. Yeah, I kind of like the Amazon, I like Scar, I like Mr. Black, and that's pretty much it. Although I can tell they have passion for this game because after 5 years, they did make a lot of DLC in terms of new characters, new gear, a couple of, small updates and bug fixes and stuff like that, to kind of fix some issues with balance in a small way. But I can tell they like this game. I mean, you can tell they put a lot of passion into it, especially getting Arnold to voice the lines for Dutch, the audio tapes there. That was impressive. It's a good story. But in terms of future DLC, what this game does need for DLC, I'd say, is new maps, new objectives, not more pred DLC. I'm just hoping that this balance patch makes all the pred classes equally effective and useful, because nobody wants to use a scout versus a very good fire team. There's no point to use a scout. It's just like, making it very, very difficult on yourself. That is not fun. If I was to choose what kind of DLC this game should get, it should be more maps, something new environments, new objectives, stuff like that. It's just that this process of waiting for any updates from them is taking a very long time, but when it happens, we'll see what they choose. Are they going to release that pred DLC first or release the test servers for the balance patch? We'll see.